Welcome back. Computer science classes, database management system, session 45. Topic: sequential statements and procedures and functions, which comes under chapter 7 PLSQL. Okay, fine. So what has been by sequential statement, procedures and functions? These are the major questions on creating procedures and function, creating function, PLSQL is a recursive function. So like so many options are there in chapters. So particularly, what is meant by sequential statement? So here the sequential statement is the one of the control statement. Sequential statement is the one of the control statement. So here the sequential statements are statements which are executed one after another from beginning to the end. Which are executed one after another from beginning to the end. So here PLSQL sequential control. So PLSQL sequential control. So what is meant by PLSQL sequential control? It's nothing but statement. It's a technique. It's a technique. PLSQL control statement is a technique. So it's nothing but it is a technique to run the executable statements inside the program. So here PLSQL control statements is a technique to run the executable statements inside the program. To run the executable statement inside run the program. Okay, fine. So once again, don't forget it. Sequential statements is one of the control statement. Sequence statements are statements which are executed one after another from beginning to the end. Sequential statement is something but PLSQL sequential control is a technique to run the executable statement inside the program, which are executable statements. It's nothing but execute where we can run the program which are inside the program. Sequential statements are actually will give information related to sequential statements. Fine, it's okay, leave it. So next I have one example. Suppose we have anywhere having a go to statement. So already we know about something go to statement. Pass the control to a label unconditionally. Pass the control to a label unconditionally, because unconditionally we can pass the label. Conditionally means we have condition is nothing but for loop. In a particular that defines number of times, that executes number of specified time. But condition unconditional means it's nothing but while loop. While or do while loop. Like when you're using go to statement, automatically controls transfer from one place to the another place. Okay, fine. So here I have one example here. One example program is there. So that is starting from SQL declare. So that is starting from declare. So declare, I will declare one variable that is called as p. P is a variable which is assigned to data type varchar2. Varchar2 the size is 30. Varchar2 the size is 30. Okay, so next step n. We have n, it's nothing but integer. We can assign the value 37 to the n is equal to 37. So we have two variable here, one is called p and the second one is called n is equal to 37. Okay, next we can begin for j in 2. Okay, for j in 2. Next round to round square root of n using loop. So then we can use for loop, because that is starting from j is equal to n and around square root of n and then closed with loop. If n mod j is equal to 0, then p is not prime number. We write a program to find a prime number. So p is not prime number. Go to print now. If you want to print, then we can go to for printing the particular number, prime number. Go to print now. End if. So once again we can close the end if and next we close the loop. P is a prime number. Print. How the p is a prime number? You see, p is a 37. So one number is there 37. Ulta manner 37. Okay. P is a prime number. So here, what is meant by prime number? You see, 14 plus 15. I have to an example. 14 plus 15, 29. 14 plus 15, 29. Okay. 37 is the prime number. Because we are taking prime number is nothing but Armstrong. We can give the value is equal to p or not is equal to p. So then we can use n. You cannot using j. So we are using so many operations. So then finally we got 37 is a prime number. So PL/SQL submitted successfully completed. So next we are using null statement in the SQL statement. What is use of null? Pass the control. What is the use of null here? Pass the control to the next iteration after referring the correct location. So next null is means that will pass the control to the next iteration. So I will take one example to null. So when you are using declare option, that is starting from declare, Java, I will take one employee, job ID is there, employee ID is there, job ID is nothing but varchar, employee ID is the number, begin, select job ID into job, employee job ID is there, from employees, where employee ID is equal to y underscore employee ID, if v job underscore ID is equal to SAREP, employee ID is SAREP, then update employee, set commission PCT into commission 1 into 1.2 else null. Here we are declaring a null. Employee is not a sales. What is meant by null here? The comment shows employee is not a sales representative. So SAREP means employee is SAREP means sales representative. So null is nothing but that shows employee is not sales representative. Suppose null is not there here, so then that shows employee is a sales representative. Then we can close the program and we can end the loop. Okay, so this is called as the sequential statement. So what is meant by sequential statement or understand now? So what sequential statements are statements which are executed one after another from beginning to the end. PL/SQL control is a technique run the executable statement inside the program. Total in sequential statement with having 3 options. The one is called input and assign. Finally we can take the output. That is because input stage is completed, that is going for processing, and finally we can get the output. That is called a sequential statement. So next go to statement, pass the control to a label unconditionally. What is meant by go to statement means pass the control to a label unconditionally. That is called as go to statement. What is meant by null statement? Pass the control to the next iteration after referring the current location or the current condition. Okay, fine. So next we have some examples. When you are using go to statement, automatically go to print now, like that. When you are using null statement is there, pass the control to the next iteration after referring the current condition. So when you are using null, so suppose I'm taking one example, employee sales representative. Suppose when you are using null, so then that identifies employee is not a sales representative. So next in this program you're using conditional and looping statement. Conditional is nothing but if statement, and looping statement is nothing but loop. Loop is nothing but when you're using for loop, for or while. You can use anyone. Nested, already we know nested loop. Nested loop means a loop within another loop. Nested if is there, a if within another if. Like sequential statements are executed one after another from beginning to the end. So this is called as the brief note on sequential statements. So next we are going to another important topic, that is called, after completion of sequential statement, so we are going to next the important topic, that is called procedures. So that is called procedures. Already we know package. Already I'm repeating so many times what is package. Package is nothing but combination of procedures and functions. Package is the combination of procedures and functions. So here we are discussing about procedures and function. In this session we discussed about procedures and function. So dear students, what is meant by procedure? So actually we know procedure is nothing but a subprogram. A subprogram is a program unit or module that performs a particular task is called procedure. Don't forget it. What is meant by procedures means a subprogram is a program unit or module that performs a particular task. A subprogram is a program unit. Unit is nothing but module. Already we know module. What is meant by module? The larger programs are divided into smaller. Okay. that performs a particular task. That is called as procedure. So how to create a procedure? This is very important here. How to creating a procedure? So suppose if you want to create a procedure is created with the create or replace procedure statement. So here we have two statements. The one is called create or replace procedure statement. The simplified we show syntax for the create replace procedure statement is follows. Okay, once again I will repeat. Creating a procedure, if you want to create a procedure is created with the create or replace procedure statement. So the syntax of create or replace procedure statement is create or replace procedure, then you type or insert the procedure name. So you see, create or replace procedure, because already know procedure is a subprogram. So then we can take or we give the particular procedure name there, because we are creating a procedure. We'll give procedure name. For example, I will take what is mean procedure name is what is procedure name? So system. What is procedure name? Management. Create or replace procedure management. Okay, fine. Next, parameter name, you give some parameter name. So that is in or out, type. So you can type anything, in or out, anything. Okay, that is called as type. Next is Aes. Is there or Aes is there. Next begin. We just begin procedure body. What are the procedures which are included in procedure name? So what are the procedures? For example, to giving some information to the student. What is the procedure? Lecturers are always giving meaning some information to the students. Students are always observing that particular topic, or sometimes they were asking some questions related to the particular topic. That is called as procedure body. After completion of procedures body, we can end the procedure with the help of procedure name. Okay, this is called as the syntax of creating a procedure. So here create or replace procedure name. So next parameter name, in out type, you type everything there, arguments. Next is Aes, then we can begin. So here declaration statements are there, that is called as procedure body. And we can end, because already we can create and we can end the program using procedure name. Okay, fine. For example, so here where procedure name specifies the name of the procedure, already we know procedure name identifies the name of the procedure. Or replace, what is meant by or replace here? Or replace option, you see that one is or replace this there, or replace capital letter, or replace box in square box. Option allows modifying an existing procedure. So sometimes you're asking, what is the use of or replace? Or replace is used to modifying an existing procedure. Don't forgetting modifying an existing procedure. That is called as or replace. The optional parameters are there. Optional parameter list contains name, mode, types of parameter, in represent. So another option is there, you see in and out. So there in means represent the value will be passed from the outside, don't forget it. So here in is there na, in procedure the parameter name in. So in means represents that value will be passed from outside. So in out represents that this parameter will be used to return a value outside of the procedure. Okay, that is called as out. Next, procedure body. Procedure body contains the executable parts. Because if you are having a number of statements or declarations and executor statements are there, so then all these type of statements or instructions are included in procedural body. Next, the Aes keyword. You see, Aes keyword is a keyword is used to instead of the Is keyword for creating standalone procedure. What is the use of Aes? Aes keyword use it to instead of the Is instead of Is we can use Aes keyword. What is the use of Aes there? For creating a standalone procedure. For creating a standalone procedure. So, okay, procedure name specifies the name of the procedure, or replace option allows modifying an existing procedure. The optional parameter list contains name, mode and types of the parameters. Next, in represents, capital letter N is EIN. In represents that value will be passed from the outside, and out represents that this parameter will be used to return a value outside of the procedure. Procedure body contains the executable part. The Aes keyword is used to instead of Is keyword for creating a standalone procedure. Creating a standalone procedure. So dear, I will take one example here. The following example creates a simple procedure that displays the string hello world on the screen when executed. When the program is executed, automatically in display screen we will see one word that is called as hello world. Suppose if you want to display hello world on your screen, then you can use these type of statements. Create or replace procedure. Create or replace procedures. Procedure name is greetings. Procedure, what is the name of procedure? Procedure name is greetings. So then Aes is there. Aes already know what is the Aes. Creating a standalone procedure. Begin. You just start. It's nothing but begin. Dbms output line. Dbms output line. We can display one word that is called as hello word. You can display hello word end slash. So that is called as the simple example to create a procedure. This is the very simple example to create a procedure. When above code is executed using SQL prompt, it will produce the following result. Procedure created. Procedure created. Procedure created. The output is hello word. The output is hello world. Suppose if you want to execute a standalone procedure. Suppose if you want to interested to create standalone procedure, a standalone procedure can be called in two ways. Standalone procedure can be called in two ways. The one is called using execute keyword. Execute keyword. Second one calling the name of the procedure from a PL SQL block. So we have two ways to executing a standalone procedure. The one is called using execute keyword. Second one, the calling the name of the procedure from a PL SQL block. Okay, fine. Execute greetings. Execute greetings. The above call use would display hello world. PL SQL service will completed. So already we know we're taking begin, greetings and slash. So automatically you can execute or creating any type of procedure there. That is called as procedure. If you want to delete a procedure, so after completion of creating a procedure, if you want to deleting a standalone procedure deleted with the help of drop procedure command is very important there. When you are using drop command procedure in your program, automatically the procedure standalone procedure will be deleted. Drop procedure name. That's all. Drop procedure name. You can give drop procedure name. Automatically that will be deleted. The procedure will be deleted. Drop procedure name. So statement suppose we are using begin, drop procedure, greetings, end. So begin, drop procedure, greetings, end. So there in above we are creating one program, example creating a procedure that is called as the procedure name is greeting. Here drop procedure command is used to delete a greetings. Drop procedure command is used to delete a greetings. Okay, so in and out mode example, We're using in and out mode examples are there. So many example. Sometimes you're using in mode, sometimes you're using an out mode, x in number, next z out number. Like we're using so many different types of example. So next, the very important topic is function. What is functions? So here PL/SQL function is the same as the procedure except that it returns a value. PL/SQL function is the same as procedure. Same, it is nothing but procedure except that returns a value. Functions always returns a value. So each and every function always returns a value. Whenever you give any information, automatically that will returns the value. So how to create a function? So if you want to create a function, a standalone function is created using the create function statement. Create function statement. The simplified syntax for create or replace procedure statement, create or replace function statement is as follows. Okay, so what is meant by a function is that is very important here. So then we can take our syntax, we can create or replace the function. Okay, fine. So you see here, create or replace function name. Then we can display the function name. Parameter, same, procedure is nothing but same. Parameter name in out type. Next, return, but you don't forget it, function always has return a value. Okay, return data type, IAS begin, their procedure body is there, here function body is there. Finally we can end the function the using end function name. So this is the creating a procedure syntax. If you want to creating a procedure function, then the command is create function or create or replace function. So create or replace function, then function name is must and should require here. Function parameter name, in out type, return, and then return data type, IAS begin, function body, end. So finally another one is there, that is called as PL/SQL function. So one the important, the function name specifies the name of the function, or replace allows the modifying or existing function, same bar. Okay, the function must contains a return statement, that's very important. Returns always specify the return a value. Function body contains executable part. Aes keyword is used instead of the Aes keyword for creating standalone. Same, it's okay, same. Okay, I'll take. And finally PL/SQL recursive functions. So we have seen that a program or subprogram may call another subprogram. When subprogram call itself, it is referred as recursive. So what is meant by recursive function? A function call itself directly or indirectly again and again is called recursive. A function called itself, subprogram or function call itself again and again, that is called as recursive function. So recursive function, so I will take one example here, n factorial. You see, n factorial equals n into n minus 1 factorial equals n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 factorial. So n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 n into n minus 3 factorial. Because factorial means what? Suppose I am taking 3, for example 3. What is the factorial of 3? 1 into 3 into 2 into 1. 3 into 1, 2 into 1, then the output is 6. So suppose you are taking 6, then the output is 720. So this is the method of recursive function. So what is meant by recursive function? The function call itself directly or indirectly again and again until the condition is satisfied. So the best example is, suppose if we are using factorial of a given number, so that shows recursive function, because one function calls itself directly or indirectly, that calls it. Factorial is equal to fact num, like recursive, that works recursive function. Okay, so this is the method of function and procedures. Okay, dear students, today this class we understand about sequential statement, procedures and functions. Sequential statements, procedures, and then how to create a procedures, and syntax and example procedures. What is function? How to create a function? Example for function. What is recursive functions? PL/SQL recursive function. So with the help of some example. So I will give an example related to recursive function, that is called as factorial of a given number. Okay, so this is called as a recursive function. Okay, thank you, see you next